So I'm going to be doing something a little bit different for you today. I'm going to be baking, and I'm going to be baking from this book, which is Nadiya's Bake Me a Story. Now, Nadiya won the Great British Bake Off in 2015, and since then has gone on to write a whole host of books. And today I'm going to be cooking from this, which is her kids' cookbook, and trialling one of her rather tasty looking recipes. Now, this is a fab cookbook. It's easy, it's colourful, and it's full of the most delicious looking recipes. But its real selling point is the fact that all the recipes are accompanied with a story. It seems like we're going to be spending a lot more time at home over the coming months, and so this is the perfect time to get on that apron and get baking with Nadiya, which is exactly what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be making Nadiya's carrot and nutmeg cookies. I've got all the ingredients behind me here, and boy, don't they sound good. But before we get into the baking, let's have a look at the story behind it. This one is called Rapunzel's Enchanted Carrots. Now, all the stories in Nadiya's book have a fairy tale theme, but also a slight humorous twist too. Let's read a section from the story. So by now, Rapunzel's hair had grown really, really long. So the old witch would call up to the window, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Rapunzel would gather up her hair, which she had plaited, into a hefty rope. Then she'd throw it down out of the window and wait for the witch to climb up. This was the only life poor Rapunzel knew. One day, a man came riding past the tower block on his shiny green BMX. The sound of Rapunzel singing karaoke was so beautiful, it nearly made him fall off his bike. The boy hid behind a nearby holly bush and looked up at the window. The singing girl was as lovely as her voice, and he fell head over heels for her in a heartbeat. He could not believe his eyes when an old, warty lady crawled up to the girl and climbed up her long hair. So now that we've had a taster for the story, I think we should get tasting those cookies. So, let's get baking. I've laid out all the ingredients here, and as you can see, it really requires minimal ingredients and not that much prepping at all, which is just fab when you want to rustle up an easy bake. So, once you've lined your baking tray with the grease-proof paper, all you need to do is simply combine all the ingredients together in one bowl. So I've already got the flour in here. Then we need to add in the oats. It's 100 grams of oats. And then it goes, I put in the baking powder already. Then we're going to put, I think it's 1.5 teaspoons of the nutmeg. Now, I've always got to be careful with this because I always end up putting way more than I meant to in. And it always ends up in a disaster. Right, okay, so there we go. So done the nutmeg, then in goes the egg. We've got the butter as well. As you can see, it's literally so easy. Chuck in the finely grated carrot. Now all you need is literally one small carrot, and that's it. And then finally, we pop in that lovely gooey honey, which is already making my mouth start to water. There we go. And then, the fun part, once you've got all your ingredients together in one bowl, give it a nice big stir until combined. Once you've mixed it all together, your mixture should look like this. And then what you're gonna do is, I tend to use 2 spoons for this because it just makes it that little bit easier, is you're going to take a bit of your mixture, let's say like this, and you're just going to dollop it on your tray like so. And then you just do the next one. But you've got to make sure that you do leave a little bit of room in between the cookies, because otherwise when they go in the oven, they're all just going to merge together to form one big cookie. Now I've got a little bit extra left in my bowl, so I'm just going to scoop out and add to these ones so they make some nice, big, tasty cookies. There we go. And once you've done that, it's time for them to go in the oven. Nadiya says that the cookies take 12 to 15 minutes, so I'm going to set my timer to 12 minutes and then we're going to check on them. You'll know when your cookies are done once they have this lovely golden brown colour around the side and a paler in the middle. So once they're out the oven, all you need to do is take them and pop them on a cooling rack to cool down. And once your cookies are cooled and ready, it's really important that you are the first person to try them, just to check that they're okay. And if you too are inspired to get baking, then all you need to do is to get online and type in Nadiya's Bake Me a Story, and you'll find her recipe book there. I'll also put the recipe for the carrot and nutmeg cookies at the end of this video, so you can try them for yourself. Enjoy!